This is Radio 2 on BBC Sounds
and on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. Luton Town will play in the Premier League after beating Coventry City on penalties in the Championship playoff final at Wembley. It's the first time that they'll be in the top division since 1992. Luton's chairman, David Wilkinson, says other Premier League clubs might struggle playing at their home ground.
They won't like coming to Kenilworth Road much, so it'll be fun. And what we've got to do is to use the money that we get to help build the stadium, which we've got planning permission for. Obviously strengthen the squad and go from there. You never know what happens. You never know, do you? I mean, other smaller clubs, we're not that small, but clubs like Brentford and Bournemouth have done it, so why can't we?
Holly Willoughby says she's very hurt to hear that her former This Morning co-host Philip Schofield lied to her about his affair with a younger male colleague. Mr Schofield resigned from the broadcaster yesterday. The Home Office says an issue which saw electronic passport gates at all UK airports stop working for much of the day has now been fixed. Officials say technical issues at UK Border Force were behind the problem, which meant passport checks had to be carried out manually. Mark Barray was among the passengers affected at Heathrow.
People were waiting up to two to 3 hours in the queue. Some people passed out. There were also some people trying to jump the queues and the police had to intervene. So it was really a pretty chaotic scene this morning.
Police have found the body of a boy after a 15-year-old went missing when a group of teenagers got into trouble in the River Eden in Carlisle yesterday. No formal identification has taken place, but the family has been informed. Another teenager, who's 14, is in a critical condition in hospital. Russia's ambassador to the UK has claimed that Moscow hasn't yet started acting very seriously in its military campaign in Ukraine. Andrei Kelin also warned that the supply of Western arms to Kyiv risked escalating the war to levels not seen so far. He was being interviewed for the BBC's Sunday with Laura Kuenssberg programme.
It's a big idealistic mistake to think that Ukraine may prevail. Russia is 16 times bigger than Ukraine. We have enormous resources and we hasn't just started yet to act very seriously.
Scotland's First Minister Humza Yousaf has accused the UK government of trying to scupper plans for a bottle deposit return scheme. Ministers in London say they'll only give the scheme the go-ahead if glass bottles are excluded. Mr Yousaf says they're key to the recycling project. Just Stop Oil protesters disrupted play at rugby's Premiership final at Twickenham by running onto the pitch and throwing orange paint powder. The match between Sale and Saracens was briefly delayed. Saracens won to take the title for a sixth time. And the weather. It'll stay clear and dry for much of the UK overnight. Tomorrow will be a clouded day for most. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 10.
BBC Sounds of the 90s. I did not have relations with that woman.
Can I do that? How bizarre. Please don't go.